We love that guy. And we also love this matchup here, Mealy, as we're going to be heading to the Challenger League. We got some spicy drama here, as there was a trade that went down, sending local over to the Raptors, and now Flame versus Raptors. They're going up against each other, and I mean it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, Rocker Man. If anybody knows me, I love a game or a matchup with a juicy story. I know you already mentioned it, but local traded from Flame over to Raptors for a few first round picks. Crip seemingly believes in local and what he has to offer, and so do I. But I will say, being or knowing local for a couple of seasons now, or a couple of years now, I've always associated him with Flame. So it is really weird not calling his name on the Flame team. As we start with this first game here, Rockerman, do you have any predictions?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Prediction wise, we got a couple of great teams out here in this one, between Flame and Raptors. I'm going to lean towards the Raptors. I think local, the revenge game, might be a little bit too much to handle, but we are going to have to see here as we've got things underway here. Flame in the red here, with the Croptic, Visp, and YZY, and the Raptors with local, Powerful Pink Pony, and 7 on the board. And really, gotta ask you, as things are officially underway, who are you looking out for here in this game? Number one is Visp. He's trying to get up for a double tap, but can't quite put it down.
So one of the players, or major players, I should say that I'm really looking forward to potentially stepping it up. Actually, is going to be Necroptic. I've known Necroptic for quite a while. I've played with him on Flame actually, and I know he's got what it takes to really be a competitor in Challenger League. And now him having to step up or after that trade, rather, I should say, as local's going to end up scoring the first strike of this series.
And just a long bang there, catching the defense off guard, and he's going to strike back against his former team there. Once again, both these teams looking for their first win of the season, and local trying to guide this team that way. And that's a great start there, especially when we mentioned it, playing against your former team. You kind of want to show up, Neely, and you're going to show them what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was actually interrupted by that goal a little bit. I was trying to speak a little bit on Necroptic. I think he's going to have to be a player that steps up during this series, being what seemed to be their potential sub from week one, now being forced into that starter role. And I think he's got what it takes. We're just going to have to see what he's able to do.
We'll have to see here as game one is underway here. Croptic gonna send it back. This one blocked out across there, trying to find something. Hopped into the corner. Local gonna get up for that one. Sent back in. Helping Pony looking out for local. He's gonna bang it down. This one just going a long way. He's gonna go off the top there. 7 trying to get back to it. Not quite gonna go. As that one a little bit awkward. And Flame, I'm surprised no one went for that melee there. Maybe trying to get used to each other still. I mean, it is early in the season still.
Yeah, just kind of noticing through the first half of this game so far, Rocker Man, that Flame kind of seems like they're on their back foot, or their heel, rather, a little bit. And that Raptors are kind of applying most of the pressure, even though Flame has a little bit of pressure going on here. However, though, I mean, like I said, it's only been half of the game, and only one goal has been scored. All it takes is one, as we all know. And Flame seems like they have the building blocks to be able to do so.
They definitely they definitely have the potential there, and they've got some solid players. I don't know too much about Visk and YZY there, but I did hear some hype about them, or about Visk at least. And obviously we've seen Necroptic. To see YZY can step up as well. It's always interesting when you get to a new season. See who can step up here. Right now, Flame is looking for someone to step up as the ball is sent in. 7, bang it down. YZY in the shadow on that one is Alpha Pink Pony. Get up to it. Visp connect. YZY gonna grab that one. 53 in the midfield. Necroptic gonna bang it down. Local jump back, trying to set that one down this corner. Powerful Pony is trying to 50 his own teammates there. And Local's going to send this one down. It's just off the post there. Not quite going to find its way through. That one a little bit dangerous, but not quite going to go through there. As Optic trying to touch. Y sending it out. Powerful Pony going to be dunked out by Necroptic, who sends it down. 7 able to take control, picking up a savior middle. Visk dives in. Powerful Pony once again throwing this one dangerously in front of his net there, and really that's the second time in almost back-to-back possessions that we've seen that one go off there. A little bit of a dangerous ball.
Yeah, almost a few miscues as Visk is going to put in the equalizer with 1 minute to go.
That one could be slammed across. YZY sending it towards the net. No one is going to get up, and this is just going to put it home there. A great finish on that one. Able to send it in, and Flame going to be able to tie it up.
Yeah, just as I was about to mention miscues and how it seems like Raptors have been having a couple of miscues, Flame goes ahead and puts up a nice play, a great pass, great shot right on target with a nice equalizer with just about less than a minute to go in this very critical game one. And I did want to mention as well, Rockerman, being on stream during the beginning of the season, I feel like brings on like a whole different form of nerves, right? You know, you don't want to like let anybody down. You want to have a good series and you want to play to the best of your ability. And for some reason, I feel like, you know, with new teammates and especially now with Raptors with the trade too, right? As Visk gonna put in his second goal with just over 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you want to step up and you want to show your opposing teams and players that you got what it takes. In the Croptic, gonna find a little bit of bump. I think it might have just been in anyways. Visk with a great one, and yeah, he's showing up right here, able to send one into the back of the net, and that's 2 goals now for Visk. This one could be popped up, and now it's Raptors gonna be trying to make something back here, really.
I was gonna say 2 unanswered goals that could be the dagger for this game one, but there's still plenty of time left, Rockerman. 20 seconds left, and you know Raptors have been having a lot of pressure, especially early in the game.
Oh wow, that one was an open net there for Visk. He just couldn't turn it down. Will come back to bite him though in the final seconds. This one being sent in. He boxed out. Local's trying to get it out, but Visk is able to send it back in. This one's sending down towards the net. Gonna fall towards the corner and gonna fall into the ground. And Flame gonna come through with a game 1 victory.
Yeah, Flame with the come from behind victory. I bet that feels very good if you're Visk stepping up as potentially that #1 player or #2. I don't know what the situation was last week, but definitely proving that he and that Flame team are perfectly capable of doing what they need to do to be able to win. Uh, so far, the series as a total, I mean, there's been a lot of going back and forth. Flame got the better of Raptors for this game. Raptors seem to have a little bit more pressure overall as a team, as it kind of shows on the scoreboard as well. But as we all know, you know, just because you have pressure doesn't mean that, you know, goals are guaranteed to happen and you are to score. So, you know, Flame was able to kind of make the most of their opportunities, whereas Raptors, unfortunately, were not able to during that game one.
They really couldn't, and it's very interesting what the Raptors have going here. We talked a lot about the local trade, being that he comes from Flame, playing against his former team, but the Raptors also made another trade to get 7 from Dissolved. So some more picks, a lot of picks really from Krippus funneled into this roster, Mealy. And you know, with that, I think there's a lot of pressure on these guys when you get funneled in. You know, when you get traded for 2 or 3 first round picks, or first round and a second round pick. You know, there's some pressure to perform. That's right on your shoulder.
Absolutely. Pressure indeed. And with that as well, like I was alluding to or saying before, you know, when trades happen, granted it is relatively early in the season, you know, you have to adjust completely as a team and even as like as an org, you know, you have whole new people coming in. You got to see how each other play and, you know, basically rebuild from kind of the ground up at times. So, you know, we might have to, or we might end up seeing that from Raptors here where they kind of are rebuilding as the series even progresses.
Yeah, and it's the first time these guys are really getting to play with each other here, at least in a league play match. So we're gonna have to see what they can do here. Is this one gonna be dropped down? A little bit of a double commit as the ball falls in front of net 7, trying to send it up, trying to send it high. It's over the top of Visk, perfectly placed there. Visk, no boost, no luck. It finds the back of the net.
Yeah, this was just a really great fundamental play here and a great shot by 7. Unfortunately, like I said, Visk unable to get to the ball with 0 boost. And yet again, we see Raptors striking first again. So we'll see how this one ends up playing out.
We'll have to see here as this one pop back, and they finally give themselves another lead here. They found the first goal in game #1. This one sent back in, all off to the side there. Well, now in the midfield, Powerlifting Pony trying to control that 150. Gonna come through in the midfield. Then the Croptic gonna send this one back to the back for it. I want to get a pinch out. Gonna be sent the long way down into their zone. Powerlifting Pony trying to get up to it. Not being able to quite connect. ZY looking to get up for 7. The back in is Visk pushing it down. Gonna take control. Going across his own net dangerously. Gonna try to flick it up high, but the Croptic is there, able to send it back. His local is gonna bang bang it down. This on the top of one, looking to find another. Bisk looking to carry it all the way down, but it's going to be saved away by 7. But this one is up. Necroptic going to fire it off the backward 7. Take it up to it. Going to make a touch, and Bisk is very patient. Going to get it by 1. Looking at 50 down below a second there. The ball going to pop up. He's looking to find Local. Try to pin him to the backboard there. This one dropping down, but not quite going to go. It's still floating in front of the net. But Local is going to make a save, and Flame is continuing their offensive pressure as Bisk fires it home, and they tie it up.
Yeah, that was just incredible offensive pressure all around from that Flame team. It basically boost starving Raptors, forcing them to go and grab some pads and big boosts. There was absolutely nobody in the net. Visk with a wide open goal to get that equalizer with 3 minutes to go.
Nice play there as he's able to find it. And he's really been the storyline here, Mealy. In this one, it's been a lot of Visk on the side of Flame, stepping up big. And I mean, they needed every bit of Visk here in this one. Another big goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh my god, we almost saw an incredible double by Powerful Pink Pony. But I was going to say, giving a lot of props to Visk as well. But the entire Flame team, you know, they've been working very well together despite losing Local. It seems like they know how each other like to play and that they kind of got it down pat. Not too many mistakes coming out, I'm noticing, from the Flame team. A couple missed touches and a couple of miscues, but definitely not as confusing as I've seen some moments from Raptors per se.
Definitely so. With the teams, again, looking to find themselves here first week of the season, and these are the first conference matches for the Challenger League, so a little bit more important than the first non-conference matches. Is 7 is trying to slide that one in. Not quite gonna find it. This one dropping down, ball out of the midfield, Local. Harassing a little bit of this one sent down. Pink Pony can't quite find that touch. 7. Send it back in, looking to send it towards the net. They're by 2. Visk got an opportunity. It's 2-on-1. YZY looking for the demo. He's gonna clear the path for Visk. He sends it in.
YZY as the lead blocker says, hold on, Visk, I got you. Just put it towards the net. I will do the rest. What an incredible play there by Flame to take the 1-goal lead.
That was a huge play right there, and you're exactly right. The lead blocker just erasing the last defender there, allowing Visk to just send that one in. Great play there as Flame take the lead. Despite going down early in both these 2 games, a lot of resilience from this squad right here. And this one sent back up. Everybody out at net. Necroptic and Visk up to this one, and Visk, he sends it in again. A hat trick for him, and a 3-1 lead for Flame.
Again, I feel like I have to say this because I know we've seen all these goals scored by Visk, and he's got the hat trick this game, but holy, what a team effort. I think it was YCY got that beat way up high that gave Visk the wide open net. These guys are playing so well as a team. It's actually like very, very fun, and I'm very impressed.
Yeah, no, I'm very impressed as well. And like you mentioned, you never really know what to expect early on, but these guys are really finding each other. Good things happen here. They now have a 3-1 lead, looking to take a 2-0 series lead. This one kind of sent back their Local. Force 50 that one away. Ball sent down now. Minute remaining. Raptors trying to fire it in midfield with Visk. He's all over that one to deny it away. On the popping up, Visk looking to stay with it, but it's dropping right down. A shot coming through on the net. YZY gonna get a touch away, but a double commit comes through. Flame gonna try to look to bang it up in Necroptic. He's right there. YZY gonna pick up a savior medal as well, but really final 40 seconds here and ticking. What do you need to see from the Raptors if they're going to try to get anything here in this game too?
Got to see what they have been doing. They're kind of trying to go for an all-out barrage here as they're just trying to get as many touches as possible towards the Flame half, towards their net, hoping something sticks. Going to see a shot there, denied. Visk going to collect this one, but yeah, like we're seeing Local here, got to turn around. You only have 15 seconds left. You need 2 goals. An opportunity here. Not quite going to happen. 10 seconds left. And looks like Visk is going to get a potential another open net for the 4th goal.
Wow, and this guy is just putting on a show here, just taking it by. Looks like a bump from Necroptic there. A great play, and yeah, these guys are really just setting them up. YZY and Necroptic, finding bumps, finding demos, finding passes, and Visk, the main finisher in this one, able to put that one in the back of the net for the 4th one, and the dagger in game number 2. And now the Raptors here, down 2-0 in this series. And again, not only down in the series, pressure that way, but again, we mentioned the pressure of all the picks, all the trades here. Obviously, it's early, a lot of things to work out in the season and even in the series, but really right now it looks like Flame can almost do no wrong. They're finding some great counterattack.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say though, we know local. He's been around forever. He's been involved in the Nemesis Gaming League for so long now. He ain't going down without a fight. We know this. He's not going to sit down and say, "All right, yeah, it's over. We're going to get swept and we'll move on." No, this is going to something's changing. I can tell. It might be his car too. Who knows? But
I mean, he did leave the lobby and come back, so it very well may be his car here. But hey, whatever it takes, placebo or actual, whatever works to give you some opportunities here. That's what you got to do here, and it's up to the Raptors now to try to make something happen here in Game 3. And really, we talked a little bit about it. I mean, what do you need to see from the Raptors to try to bring back this reverse sweep?
I think they should honestly take some notes from Flame. They need to work on that team cohesion. It seems like they're just a little bit too awkward playing with each other at times. Unsure if someone's going to go or someone else is going to go. I've seen a couple of cuts and rotation at times that just didn't seem intentional. So I feel like if they can get back on that team cohesion, that same line that Flame is on, they can be deadly. I mean, this is a trio of players who I all know are like absolutely insane and have crazy capabilities. 7 local and powerful ping pony. They have what it takes. They just need to put all the pieces together.
Really do, and see if they can do that here as we're in a game number 3. Flame trying to stop this series right here, ending in a sweep, but the Raptors trying to counterattack. Powerful Pony has an opportunity, trying to take it low, trying to find the 50. Ball's in the pop up. YZY can't make that touch in the Croptic. Help him out there. Ball in the corner, gonna be pinched down. Sent in. Powerful Pony. Find a touch out. Local. It's a race to it. He does. This one sent back in off the corner, off the backboard. Powerful Pony diving in, but not quite gonna find what he was looking for. 7 takes this one up high. Bisk trying to find a touch, trying to find a flip reset, but they're finding a Croptic instead. Try to send it in. Minute 15 gone by. The Raptors trying to mount an attack here. YZY makes another save here, and a couple opportunities on Raptors side here, Mealy, but they just can't quite find one in the back of the net yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like what I'm seeing so far from this game. We've been seeing an improvement, it seems like, so far in this game 3 from Raptors with being there for each other and, supporting each other, getting some more pressure and more shots on net and not allowing Flame to just score the easy touches. So I feel like with this kind of pressure that we are seeing start to progress for Raptors, we should see, and I hope I'm not caster cursing, but we should see something happen relatively soon.
This one is popped up. Raptors on the attack. The ball dropping down. Bisk can make a touch to send it out. No one quite challenging on this one. Bisk looking to take it up high. Looking to try to send it in, but that one denied away a close opportunity as YZY off the back. Looking for the double tap. The Croptic is there to send it in, and Flame is once again cooking.
Yeah, again, just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what that Flame roster has been doing all series long. One goes, gets a beat. The second one goes, gets a beat on the second guy. Necroptic there, able to clean that one up. Pretty much an open net. There was a little bit of contest from the last defender, but they had low boost and not in the best position there. So yeah, again, Flame just capitalizing on all their opportunities here.
Really are, and it's just an impressive showing from them. Whenever there's an opportunity, like you mentioned, they just find a way, put it in, and I'd love to see it if you're a Flame fan. This one back in the corner. This one shot towards an Croptic. Gonna make the save. He blocked off to the side. This one popped up the Croptic, sending it down. ZY looking to take this one over the top of 7. Quite make that touch, forcing local to the corner. Control that one. This one drop down, power pick Pony sending it back. YZY gonna make another save, picking up a savior medal on the way as local, trying to send it right back. YZY again patrolling the backboard, gonna find a touch there. And really, Mealy, I feel like it's been a lot of great defensive efforts here from Flame the last couple of games, making a lot of crucial saves to keep Raptors scoreless here.
Yeah, they just seem very comfortable on their pack line. Like, they're just going to allow Raptors to shoot as much as they want, and they're just going to say, all right, we'll just keep saving it, we'll clear it out, and then we'll work you guys in transition. That's kind of exactly how the first 2 games went, and a little bit of how this game's been going, but it seems Raptors have adjusted a little bit. But yeah, no, this Flame team again. I don't know how many times I can say it. Like it's beautiful to watch Rocket League, especially in the Challenger League, be played with such a team effort.
Yeah, no, you love to see the team play. It's Challenger League is one of the leagues where you need the team, and Local is trying to help his team send that one in the back of the net, able to capitalize, and Flame just caught out a little bit that time.
Yeah, unfortunate miscue coming out of Necroptic. I couldn't tell if he hesitated or thought that maybe he wasn't able to get to that ball. Unfortunately, biting in a little bit, made it so the ball went a little bit behind him and, gave a free net. Almost thought a potential kickoff goal would have been interesting, though, there, Rockerman.
Yeah, it was almost about to find its way back, and that would have been heartbreaking if you're a Raptors fan. But fortunately for their sake, it was not meant to be. But Abisk is trying to make it be, as that one's sent in. But now a minute remaining, Flame back at it again. Local sends that one down. Powerful Big Pony trying to find that touch. Listen back, YZY off the backboard. Looking for a teammate. Necroptic can't connect. Visk is forced to keep it in. Looking for a double tap. Gonna find it in the corner. Great mechanics there from Visk. 7 now. Gonna find something. This one pop up high. Raptors gonna continue on, looking to force game number 4 to send us to Twin Temple. But Flame trying to end it right here, and who else but Visk putting it home. Flame retakes the lead.
Visk, the legend, a great pass by YCY again with the team plays. I would love to look back at the stats of this series and see how many goals from Flame were actually assisted. Up by 1 goal now with 30 seconds left, but 30 seconds is a lot of time, especially in Challenger. Can Raptors make something of it?
Try to find the one in here. Otherwise, they're going to be going home swept here by Flame. A big demo from Visk. Open up some space. Necroptic just going to send it in. Just going to send it on. But 7. Oh my goodness. What a race back there. He's able to deny it away. And now final seconds. That save could have been huge. But can they find the attack there? YZY trying to send it in. The Raptors' last hope. YZY stole the boost. The ball is up. Can they send it down the pitch? It's Visk trying to send it the other way. 7 gonna push it to the corner, but that one is gonna touch the ground. And Flame gonna come through with the brooms here. Merely a big sweep from them. I think a little bit unexpected by everyone here, but they really showed up and showed out with that big win.
Yeah, if anybody had any doubts about this Flame roster post trade, yeah, that just happened. Absolute showing coming out from these guys. YCY, Visk, and Necroptic. All three of them, like I said so many times throughout this series. What a team effort. I love to see it. Smooth should be proud of his team. Pulling out a 3-0 sweep, first game on stream. And they look like they didn't have any nerves at all. They look very comfortable throughout the entire thing.
That's huge, and it's funny that it worked out that these two teams were playing each other right after that trade. And if I'm smooth right now, Mealy, it seems like he got away with highway robbery at this point. Getting all the picks and getting the sweep there. I mean that you got to be proud of your team to be able to pick up a big win right after a trade too.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season does play out, or even more so. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't looked at the rosters earlier. But are they full with 4 players, or do they have a spot open? I can't remember.
Yes, both of them are full with 4 players there. So Necroptic was there. Palatial is also on that roster. Didn't
They just
start,
signed
but
him
oh yeah,
today, didn't
yep,
they?
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it'll be interesting to see how that pickup kind of transfers into that team of 3.
It will be interesting, and for Raptors, I'm not too worried right now. Obviously, it sucks to lose the first game after the trade against the team. One of the teams you participate in that trade with, but you know, you got to expect merely that local 7 and powerful pink pony, they're all going to come back and regroup. I mean, a couple of Nemesis veterans there have been there for a while. You got to expect that as the season goes on, they're going to find some chemistry and find a way to regroup.
Yeah, I completely agree. I honestly can see this Raptors team making it into the postseason just based off of the players that they have. Like I said, it might take a week or two to kind of figure things back out. Get more chemistry with each other. Unfortunately, this stream match was potentially quote unquote rushed, if you will, for the roster move that had occurred. But yeah, I definitely would not be counting them out at all.
Yeah, no, I would definitely keep our eyes on them, and obviously we're gonna have to keep our eyes on Flame after that win. Maybe a little bit surprising, but they looked very good out there on the pitch and able to walk away with the sweep, got the brooms out, took care of business. So congratulations to them on the big victory here. And yeah, I think with that being said, we are going to be heading to a little bit of a break. But when we come back, we're going to be moving on to the next matchup, 8:45 in the Prospect League, where we have Banshees taking on Flurry. Really, another game where some teams are looking to find their first win, and the Prospect League, it has been a little bit spicy this season as well.
Yeah, hey, I always say if there's any time to win a game, especially if it's going to be your first win of the season, I mean, and it has to be in this game, like you said, might as well make it on stream, baby. Make it a series. I'm super excited. I wish I could watch this one, but I have my match as well. But I know that this second match is going to be an absolute banger. I know both of those teams are pretty good from the last that I knew. Both of those teams' GMs are really good as well, and absolute legends and Nemesis legends of GM. So I'm sure that they put together absolute monsters of teams.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. We got Banshees taking on Flurry here. Another battle of conference opponents here coming up next. So make sure you guys stick around. We'll be back in a few minutes with that one. You don't want to miss it.